Welcome back to Factorio and Seablock episode number 117. First thing, have a look at these. All of these tanks are basically empty, so I'm going to reduce the supply of these tanks because having 7 of them lying around was way too many. And that probably actually cost me a tiny bit of the mineral oil, but that's all right. What we're going to do... Oh, there's another one here. You can just connect directly. Do you connect? Yes. Okay. We have obviously over-processed the mineral water. So what we are going to do now is change this to an overflow valve. Do I have one? No, I've got a top-up valve. Overflow valve. We always don't have the one we need, but you know, I'm used to that now. Overflow valve. So we'll only process the base mineral oil when there is an excess. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're oh, there we go. We're now doing a little bit of processing. Ooh. Oh, that's why. Huh. Okay, well, I happen to have some carbon on me, so you can have some of that. But yes, our lack of power is an ongoing, continuing thing, which basically means that there's very little carbon actually coming down here, which will in itself reduce demand on products, but it's not exactly how I wanted to control that particular process. So speaking of power, since we just mentioned it, how are we doing? We've burnt through the first 2400. I added these extra 4, but really for the rate we're producing it, we probably don't need it. It's just I want to, when I do have the uranium ore, get through it fairly quickly. We've got 2 of the 40 we need, so we're clearly a long way short. That's about what the probability would predict for the number that we had. Unfortunately, this is only built up to 3K, so I guess it's processed a few more, roughly the speed we did it originally when we only had 4 of those, what are they called, centrifuge. But now that we have 8, it will probably just exacerbate this problem even more. I don't know if it's really worth trying to hurry this up. Maybe we could see what the problem is. It does appear, that's a chem plant 1. It does appear that these are not going particularly fast. The sulfuric acid supply that's getting up there, it has to run the gauntlet of everything else here before it gets there. Yeah, we don't really have enough O2 coming in here. I could turn this into an O2 delivery stop, but I don't think our excess of O2... Oh, maybe it is. Maybe we could just do that. Alright. Where am I? I'm here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I think we will do that because we don't need this as a this sort of outpost stop anymore. We just, there's no reason why we couldn't have some of these tanks. We just need a bit of iron and set this up for O2 and when this isn't producing enough, which is basically all the time, we could have some more oxygen fed in. We're going to have to be conscious of these two getting full as well. Alright, in that case, since we're here, let's grab some iron. And you can see, even up here, the carbon is not enough to keep our green circuit production up anymore. That's the sole cause of that. 1, 2. Which I think we're basically tracing back to a lack of hydrogen. Anyway. The other thing that we have is worth mentioning is these puffers. We actually, and there's the sound effects, we actually have one of the blazing puffers, and we'll go through that in a bit, but I think the blazing puffer is the one that we need to start the biter breeding program, which we need to get into for our fancy splinter shard things that we need for modules. So it's kind of where we're at. How much do you have in there? 21k. Yes, well, I can probably reverse you now. That fix that? No. Why are you flashing? Confused, okay. That's fine. Whoops, we've come slightly too far. So yes, this is the one. I want a requester station here. That would probably do. What have we got in there? There's a little bit too much for us to carry. So what I might do is quickly set up one of these, if you have anything take it away stops. That's, yeah, that's still a bit bad, but as long as there's some, we should be okay. What's the station called? Jordan Sheller. There's a few of these that aren't defined. Interesting. Jordan Sheller. MM. Right, that's the... that's what's in there. So, if anything is greater than 0, call MM, basically. Alright, we can do that here. We were using red wire, so we can continue with the red wire. Doesn't matter what color wire you use. Oh, we need power though. P, so this one will be trains on the way is less than P. Then we want send the rubbish train. Oh, we're reading the wrong thing. There's no point reading these guys. And this works. It doesn't matter that the back is green and the front is red. It's coming here. We'll clear this out of the way. Then I can put down these other things. Why don't I take you out of here so that we can use you somewhere else, because we will want to do that. What's in there? There's quite a bit of stuff in there as well. Why don't I go... quick. Just empty this thing into this train. Yeah, these guys are filling up, so we're going to have to deal with that pretty soon. Ah, you're empty now. To deal with these guys, we don't need that much landfill. Just a bit of landfill. Maybe I will actually borrow a little bit of landfill. It's always useful to have. We need a clarifier. Do you have a clarifier? I don't think so. What about you or you? No. We may have to build them. 1, 2. Yeah, you shouldn't be pumping any just yet. And this one here also needs a overflow valve. Let's get the clarifier out of the way. You're going to be in the way there. Overflow valve. How are you doing? 2.5k to go. Okay, you can help out. Gee, it might not even have enough space. I could probably use those. Yeah, it should have enough space. A lot of over calculation on the landfill, it would seem. All right. You're kind of in the way for the moment. Pumps. Oh. I don't need to be carrying mud. O2. Okay, we need to get it up here. I'm going to assume that I can't get it straight up there, but I could get it up to there as it happens. I need to be able to read this pipe, so check valve. Right, we can read that. So, let's get one more pump here. What I want to do is get a wire from this valve that we can read to the pump. And we only activate this pump when the, well, actually anything equals 0. No, that would have to be everything. Everything equals 0. So there's nothing in that pump. There's nothing in that pipe. It's active. It should flicker momentarily, maybe. Yeah, you can see it flicker. That's because all the oxygen that's being created here is instantly being used. Otherwise it would go. Now, new rule here. Oh. Where is it? There it is. Actually, since I've made that green, that's going to have to be green. Let's get rid of the red one then. So you're basically, if oxygen is less than some amount, some quantity, oxygen. Trachem, what's that? Oxygen gas is less than, say, 300. Output P. I don't want to be calling those. Okay, so if that's the case, output P. And then we'll pick up the oxygen, if I can remember where I found it. There it is. If oxygen is less than oxygen supply. Do we not have? You're loading up on hydrogen. What are you? Empty oxygen. So it's possible that this is constantly calling more. Not that it should be. Okay, so that's filling up with oxygen. I should probably speed these pumps up. But maybe get a faster train. Maybe move everything up to faster trains. I guess we're going to be shortly moving up to these faster items anyway shortly. There we go. Now, is that coming to us? Yes, it is. Good. Okay, so if this should greatly improve the supply of sulfur dioxide gas. Also, these are chem plant 2. I could make them chem plant 3, but that doesn't really speed things up that much. Where are you? You're coming down there, okay. That would have to be it there, I'm assuming. Go all the way around the bottom. Right. So now you can see this has been deactivated because there's some O2 in here. And this is running continuously. Presumably this is going to let some in. Well, it hasn't stopped this running. I mean, that was the main point. So I guess it's working. How much have we drained already? Hard to say exactly. That must have just pumped some more through. Anyway, that seems to be working. So we should have a slightly improved supply of this gas, maybe. I'd like to think that's translating into slightly faster uranium production. $5K. I mean, at least all three of these appear to be running basically continuously. Probably as good as it can get. $11K salt. All right. So we're done there. I want to come up to the puffers now. Oh, maybe I should get my train because it's a long way. Here we go. I want you to come and get me. I think I'm here. Or I could jump on board the oxygen train and just go for a ride. And then I can jump out when I'm near the puffers. That works just as well. Oh, wrong one. I forget that I have two of these now. Just one more block and we're there. And you know what? We may as well grab those puffer eggs as well. In fact, why don't I just get my bots to get this stuff for me? Four puffer eggs. And we actually have two of the blazing puffers now. So we have the rancid puffer, we have the corrosive puffer, we have 57 gaseous puffers. I think gaseous puffer breeding. Yes, what I want is, I'm gonna just move slightly away from that because it's a little bit off-putting. We need to be able to get to raw crystal splinters, which there's a way directly off fish, but we're choosing to go the biter route. This way will slowly reduce the number of biters we've got, so that's not a good idea. Well, I mean, it probably is a good idea when that's actually all we want, but the biter is the obvious thing that we need to get here. So, biter egg, alien processed meat, or small biters. Okay, so that's the only way we can get small biters. So, small biter egg. And that's why I believe we need the blazing puffer. We need blazing puffer egg. I don't think we have blazing puffer eggs here. No, we have blazing puffers. So blazing puffer egg. Wait a sec. Isn't that what we're doing? So that actually should be a blazing puffer egg. That just says blazing puffer. That says blazing puffer egg. It's because of this, isn't it? I've turned it into a blazing puffer when I wanted the blazing puffer eggs. That was unwise. Unwise. I only wanted you to pick up the puffer eggs, not the blazing puffer eggs. Okay, so I'm going to have to do some breeding of the blazing puffer themselves then. Gaseous puffer breeding. We can also get it from rancid puffers if we set up leaves, but we don't have leaves. If I run this formula twice, that will convert my blazing puffers into blazing puffer eggs. So that's actually what I would like to do, and we do this in a puffer. We do that in one of these things. And it's called blazing puffer egg. So I guess what I want to do is tell this one to not do anything, so that once this recipe has finished, what's different between this one? We still need beans. I think we need it. We just need one extra product. Blazing puffer. No. No. Which one is it? No. Beans, gaseous puffer, black, that's one. That is the one that I need, right. So you can drop off there, and you also pick up the blazing puffer. And this should produce blazing puffer eggs. Oh. And I ended up with 5 of these somehow, so I guess they can go back in there. Yeah, all of them can go back in there. How long does it take? It takes 3 minutes. So the output of that will be blazing puffer. So we need to be able to get to crystal dust and crystal seed. Seeded dish, substrate dish, alien bacteria. So how do we get to the alien bacteria? It's either alien spores and calcium carbonate, or it's mush retato, which would actually be quite easy if we have that product. I'm not sure if we do though. The most likely place for that, if we do have it, would be in here, and it would appear not. That does not look like we have mush retato. So that is unfortunate. The only other place that's possible would be this one. And that also doesn't look like we have mush retato. There is a recipe for it. Basically, there's a 5% chance when you process a swamp garden. With this. Or you've got to have a dormant one. There's a 10% chance if you just turn it into these seeds. Where would you get a dormant one from? That doesn't really help. So unless I want to go hunting for lots of swamp gardens and toss a coin, we may have to do this the other way. The other way being alien spores coming from polluted artificial fish water. With no less than 10 recipes for getting this artificial fish water. Okay, what's the difference here? Factorian fish petting, Factorian fish breeding. So the petting process is a way of reducing your numbers and getting this polluted artificial fish water. And the breeding, obviously, is a way of increasing the numbers. And you can use any sort of fish that you like. But I think I would prefer the Factorio fish. For the one reason, how are we doing now? Have we got blazing puffer eggs? We have 3. That's good. So we can start the biter breeding. If we make crystal dust and get some... Oh, we need sulfuric wastewater as well. Polluted artificial fish water. Okay. Those are recipes. Logistics. Let me run back and see if I have any of these particular fish. Or what we have here. Fish. Ah. The ones that are just called fish are the ones that we are after. And to make this stuff, we need a fish tank. Which we should be able to craft here, fish tank. That's a lot of pipes. I suspect I'm going to want basically 2 of these fish tanks, and I don't think I can build another because I'm short of iron. I'm going to get some more iron. I think I want 2 of these fish tanks. One will do the breeding recipe, and when the numbers exceed a certain point, another one will do the petting recipe. And that way we should have a nice balance of what we actually need. So hopefully if I run down a little bit further, get in the zone, I can pick up however many fish, standard Factorio fish I have accidentally picked up. In fact, if I just pop into here, no, L's what I want, and look up fish. It actually doesn't look like I have picked up a whole lot, but that's fine because I picked up 10 just before, so I don't really need to worry about that too much. The sulfuric wastewater could be a challenge though. Let's get these guys over here. Probably around this way, maybe. You can do Victorian fish breeding. Oh, I haven't even checked what I need for artificial fish water. Artificial is water and saline water. Okay. And you're going to be doing the fish petting. So we just need the artificial fish water. Water and saline water. You are saline water. There is normal water here. So what do you make this stuff in? You make it in an advanced chemical plant. I guess we'll be using an advanced chemical plant 1 then. Artificial fish water. Saline water goes in the bottom one, that's convenient. And this one takes the normal water. There we go, we're making it. So these should be the actual fish that you're doing the recipe of, not just anything. Never mind. And I hate the way this is completely overlapping and hiding what's there, but never mind. So you have outputs of fish. Feed into there. So how many do you need for your recipe? You need 2. Okay. So basically, I'd like this number to be reducing already. I don't like you being there. So, if the contents of this is greater than, well, it's 4 now, greater than or equal to 8, say, oh, was 2 enough? Yeah, so if the number of Factorio fish is greater than or equal to 8, you can go else if the number of fish is less than 8, you get to go. Now, that gives me this polluted artificial fish water. How many do we have? 5. How many do you have? 4. Oh, it takes forever, doesn't it? 1 minute. I suppose it should take a while. This process completely new to me. Dear. What are we trying to do? We're trying to get to... we're trying to get to alien eggs. Blazing puffer egg. Small biter egg, right. So we're trying to do this crystal seed, which needs a seeded dish, substrate dish, alien bacteria. It needs calcium carbonate and alien spores. Alien spores are simply this process done in a hydro plant of some description. Any hydro plants I can make at once, so let's do that. For now, how are you going? 4. Hydro plant. Alien spores. How do I only have 1 titanium pipe to ground? I must have wasted one somewhere. And what do you have? You have sulfuric wastewater. That's convenient. I suspect this is on too small a scale. So none of those. We're trying to get to what? Not that. We're trying to get to a point of usage of these, which is the small biter egg, which is the crystal seed, which is alien bacteria. So we need calcium carbonate. Okay. Do I have a train stop? I do. I have this one. So we need calcium carbonate. I think I'm creating calcium carbonate somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Doesn't look like it's getting created in there. Or there. Or there. Or there for that matter. Okay, calcium carbonate. You build that directly from red cellulose fibre, do you? Let's just hold that thought here. No, you're just making plastic. I just want to check that we're definitely not already making it. I don't know why I thought that we were. We clearly are not. Maybe it's a byproduct somewhere in here. Who knows? We obviously need to make it. So let's go back into here then. Red cellulose fiber is red algae. Red algae is thermal water and ammonia gas. Okay. How deep does this go? Thermal water. Lithium salt makes thermal water. Or lithium salt and steam. 1 lithium salt can make 5, or 2 can make 100. Holy jeez. Yeah, I guess we'll use the one that adds a little bit of steam to the equation. So we needed thermal water and ammonia gas. Ammonia gas can come directly from blue cellulose fiber. Is there anything else? Be a byproduct of this. Or it can be a combination of nitrogen and hydrogen and red metal catalyst. Or that. Or a Bob's conversion. The blue cellulose is probably the easiest, but you need sulfuric wastewater and carbon dioxide. Why are these chains so long, guys? Oh, man. Okay. Lithium salt and steam. Only one recipe for that. Only one recipe for calcium carbonate. Lithium, salt, and steam. Okay. Lithium salt. I believe one of these is lithium salt. I'd have to run over there and check. Well, look, both of these are running now. This, these processes are going to come to a screaming halt shortly, though. We do have a bit of room over here, so it's not like it's impossible for us to set up these other processes. But it's not a copious amount of space we probably will find we need very shortly. We're still missing a lot of power here. I think it's down just a little bit further. Right, Right, here we go. So what do? You make lithium salt. So lithium salt just comes straight off brown algae. So actually that's relatively simple because we just use saline water. I was thinking I would probably need to come back up to like here to do something with it, but no, the lithium salt is relatively easy. That's exactly the same thing. Yes, it is lithium chloride. All right. How are we doing for time? It's probably just about time. It looks like we need to set up... oh, do we need this many? A lot of algae processing. A lot of different algae processing. That's fairly straightforward. So we're trying to get to red cellulose fibre. Red algae, so... we need like one of these so that we produce the thermal water. And for ammonia gas, would blue cellulose fibre be the easiest way? Not really, because you need sulfuric wastewater and carbon dioxide. So I'm very tempted to do a different recipe. We don't have nitric wastewater, I don't think, to be throwing around. I might have to check that. That one's a definite possibility. We can get these both fairly easily. It's really that one or this blue cellulose fibre. Or I suppose it's possibly this one as well, if we have nitric waste water as already, which I am not sure about. Oh, we need it way up here, don't we? Something like that. Get rid of the rail. And that would give us half of the thermal. I think we're going to have to finish this in the next episode. I'm trying to keep them a little bit shorter. Getting up to an hour and a half I think is just a little bit too long. So let's call it there, guys. Thanks very much for joining me. Look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye-bye for now.